2. Hello there, my name is Clare Neilson and I run Conscious Confections in Manchester. I'm a baker for hire and I specialise not only in dietary requirements such as vegan and low gluten, but I also try and cater for people's ethical stances such as sustainable issues like fair trade, organic, that type of thing. I'm going to talk to you today about the different ingredients that you can use at home to contribute to sustainability and make sure that you're baking as good as you can do. So I'm going to start with flour, and flour is really good in the UK. It's good quality for cake making, and some people would say if you want to bake bread, you want to get Canadian flour, it's stronger, that kind of thing. But for baking cakes, UK flour is absolutely fine. You can make sure that they have UK flour, it's got the British flag on there, British wheat and milled in the UK. We're very lucky in Manchester, we also have a mill that's local, that's grown in the UK, milled in Stockport, and it's available from Martin's Bakery over in various locations in Manchester. We also have here gluten-free flour. Now this is kept in a very tight sealed container. Now if you want to try and make something gluten-free for your friends, make sure you give your kitchen a really good clean down and take out all of the regular flour from your kitchen. Also take out any pasta or any oats, anything like that, and then you can make sure that it's as gluten-free as possible. Make sure you're not going to make your friends ill. Now, moving on, we have fats. Now, Vitalite, I was raised on Vitalite by my parents, and I was very happy to discover that it's dairy-free. And that means that you're lowering the calorie content of your bakes at home. It's perfectly fine to go into cakes, pastry, biscuits, anything like that. A lot of people would say, but what about the trans fats that you get from hydrogenation? Well, that's entirely up to you. If you want to have no trans fats, you want to focus more on oils, things like sunflower oil, rapeseed oil, that kind of thing. Also, from another ethical standpoint, there is palm oil in Vitalite, but their customer service was very pleased to inform me that it is from sustainable sources. So if you are worried and you do see it and they don't say if it's from sustainable sources, just email the customer service and they'll be more than happy to help. You can also get Pure, brand that's from Sumo Foods. It's a little bit more expensive. Vitalite's usually about £1. Pure Fat is normally around about £1.50. Moving on to sugar. Sugar's the most versatile of ingredients. You can get it from a range of sources. This is one of those ingredients that you can get from the UK, and you can also get it from overseas as fair trade sugar. Now this is what I mean by personalisation of ethics. It's up to you whether you buy British sugar to support British farmers or you buy fair trade sugar from overseas to support the global economy. Now I use both in my baking if my customers don't state what they're after. So I have British icing sugar and fair trade icing sugar. I also stock fair trade caster sugar and some fair trade brown sugar because it's Christmassy and brown sugar always gives everything a nice darker, warmer taste to it. My granulated I use home British sugar. Now then, Tate & Lyle golden syrup, this is rather traditional looking, comes in the cans. Unfortunately, Tate & Lyle sugars now owned by a non-British company, and their golden syrup, although with the royal crest on there and everything like that, it's not fair trade. So if you did want to have something similar to this, check in a local health food shop and see if they've got anything fair trade available. Now finally, I wanted to make a point about extra ingredients. Now I love making what I call reindeer noses, which is very small shortbreads with half a cherry in them. They sell very good at Christmas, and the best thing is I can make the dough vegan and the cherries themselves are vegan. Now I've been looking around at other ingredients in other supermarkets and various places, and sometimes a product can be vegan but it won't be labelled as such. Now thankfully, thanks to recent legislation, all allergens have to be labelled in bold. So if you see milk or egg in there, then it's not vegan. If you don't see that anywhere, if it's just things like soy and gluten, things like that, chances are it's vegan, they've just not labelled it as such. Moving on to spices, if you can get them, get fair trade spices. Again, you can, if it's all about your own budget as well. If you think that you're going to use a really large bag of spices, it's fine, you buy that as long as you're going to use it up. If you're not going to use it that much, if it's just for the Christmas period, then get the spices fair trade. That's a big help to farmers all over the world, that is. So I've run through a few things. All is to say, if you want to learn some more about sustainable baking, you can find me on Twitter. It's C_confec, or you can find me on Facebook. Just search Conscious Confections. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog.